Most of you watching won't even know who the letter A is, because they're from a very niche show that really just like speaks to me personally. So for the one or two of you that probably actually recognized it, you guys are the real ones. Because this is Aoi Miyamori from Shirobako. And it's a show about a bunch of creative people getting together and effectively literally making an anime. So it's pretty meta. It's an anime about making an anime, but it captures so viscerally and so closely what it means to be a creative and make this dream come true. And it speaks on such a fundamental level that, like, it's one of my favorites of all time, and I had to include something referencing it. So here's my quota. I hope you enjoyed it, even if you have no idea who this is. B is obviously Bocchi from Bocchi the Rock. It's a show that I went into with almost no expectations, but I found myself pleasantly surprised the more I watched. It really captures the spirit of rock. Like, if you've ever watched any Jack Black movie or listened to anything like that, the spirit of rock and the essentials of what you're trying to get through, you really feel it in this show. You can feel the love for everything in it, and of course Bocchi herself is of course a hashtag relatable character in all senses of the word, so pretty easy pick here for B. And it's funny, the show actually almost makes me want to try and learn how to play a musical instrument, even though that's like the one thing I'll never know how to do. Alright, so C is my boomer pick of the group. This is the, I'm the old type of anime fan. I've been around a long time, and, ain't nobody who's born after the year 2000 knows who the hell this is. This is Chi from Chobits. It's a show where I don't even know how to describe this. She's an android, kind of. He found her in the garbage or something. Listen, it's just a really cute anime, and I wanted to do a boomer pick because it's my stuff. I want to like care about the characters I draw, and I remember this was a very fun show, and it was one of the few topics we could talk about with some of my early friends. Obviously, I love the big horny woman named Darkness. She's just really fun, really funny, and really horny, and I like that. It's hot. I like women who like what they want. They know what they want, you know? E. So this one, obviously, everyone loves Fullmetal Alchemist. If it's one of the first, like, recommendations, like, people get when they're getting into anime, so this one has sort of crossed the generational divide. Because this is a bit of an older anime, but it remained at the top of the, like, best anime of all time list for so long that people who were like, oh, let me try starting an anime, what should I watch? And then, like, it was at the top of everyone's list. So new anime fans have seen it. Old anime fans obviously saw it. Absolutely wonderful. Edward's a great character. He grows over the series. Not that much in height, but eventually he gets there. Absolutely wonderful show. One of the probably best well-executed anime of all time. Here's that new good stuff. I love Frieren. There's such a melancholy to this show that it really speaks to me. As somebody who is a little bit older than your average anime fan, I think I might have gotten a bit more out of it than some of the others, because it's just, I feel it all so deeply in my bones. Because I'm a bit like Frieren to the point where it's like, time doesn't really, I don't think of it the same way. I don't really feel as deep of empathy with general people. I'm a lot more like Frieren than I probably should be, to be honest. I'm a lot more of a muted person sometimes. I'm trying to work on it, get a little bit louder, but hey, that's what these videos are for, am I right, gamers? All right, G for Gamagoori. I had to do my boy. He's the best thing in that show, and I had to do it. I actually ended up making a lot better looking Gamagoori than I thought. It's kind of on model, so I was very happy with it. But I immediately, as soon as I started coloring, I made an immediate mistake and just fucked up and drew outside the G. And I was like, oh shit, I gotta fix it. How do I do this? And I was like, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make it so that it's the life fibers and then the rest of it is also metal as well. And so I still managed to salvage the concept without having to start over, because I did not want to have to redraw another as-on model as it was. And in the end, I think it kind of turned out cooler that it sort of looks into the life fibers while the rest just kind of looks how it does. This is what Bob Ross means when he says it's a happy little accident, by the way. Hinata, the original waifu back in the day. This is Boruto's mom, for those of you who don't know. Gotta love it. Boruto's dad got a series. Boruto's mom gets one of my little H-colored cards. Okay, that's the deal. She was one of my original, I think, childhood crushes when I was young. Was Hinata. Sakura was uninteresting. Ino was a bitch, and then Hinata was just a sweet girl. And I like very kind. Kindness is sexy. I don't care what anyone says. And she was one of the few people who actually saw Naruto for who he was, and that was very, very good. This is another new one. This is a bit of a recency bias pick, probably. It's from A Sign of Affection. Most of you probably, even if you've seen the show, you probably didn't think of her as somebody with a name with I, because everyone calls her Yuki, but it's Yuki Itose, and I'm just going to use like first and last names interchangeably for this, even nicknames, who cares, because I just want to draw certain characters if I want to draw them, and also because, you know, Japan and America, we switch the names often sometimes, depending on localization. You got to switch them around. You do whatever you want. So I'm just picking I for her because I wanted to draw her. She's absolutely adorable. She's deaf, and it's a super cute show. If you haven't seen it before, please go check it out. It's a beautiful shoujo. Huge One Piece fan. Gotta rep One Piece where possible. Jewelry Bonney was always my favorite supernova. Like, way back when we first met all the supernovas, and because there's always, like, whenever you meet a big group of characters, you have to quickly be like, I must identify my favorite, so that I can talk to everyone else and be like, no, this one's my fave. And she was my favorite even all the way back then, because even just a little bit she had was absolutely phenomenal. And then, like, having her be my favorite Nova as we go into this arc, and then having Kuma be my favorite Warlord going into this arc, I'm just having so much fun in the Egghead Island most recent arc. Because we're finally getting them, and it's like my heart is breaking, and I love this character so much more than I ever could have before, and she's so sweet. This character, I almost guarantee you, nobody knew her name. Not a one of you guys knew her name. I bet you. It's Kikuri Hiroi. And I know you don't know, because me, she's my favorite character in Bocchi the Rock, also had no idea what her name was. Because when I started this challenge, I was like, oh, I should do the lady I like from Bocchi the Rock or whatever, because I like that show. And then I was like, she's Kay. Oh, I didn't even know. I had to look that shit up so I could plan it out. But either way, she's the drunk bassist. She's absolute mood. She's cute. She's wonderful. And she plays the bass, which automatically makes everyone hotter. Ask anyone who the hottest member of a band is. It's either the lead singer or the bassist. Hands down, no questions asked. Like, there is no argument there. Of course, we have Lucy from Cyberpunk Edgerunners. I am a big Cyberpunk fan. I love, Cyberpunk movies, games, TV. Like, it's just one of my favorite genres, and so it makes perfect sense that when an anime comes out that is a phenomenally good representation for it, because Cyberpunk has this edge of melancholy and sadness to it, which is just necessary. because that's the whole point. And the fact that the anime actually, it really understands what the cyberpunk genre is like, and she's absolutely wonderful. Great person. I wish she had a happy ending, but that's not the nature of the world nor the commentary of cyberpunk, so she got it rough out there. Ooh, so we have Marin Kitagawa from My Dress Up Darling. Absolutely, honestly, you know, thinking about it, it might be the best, like, what are they called? It might be the best, like, wish fulfillment show of all time, because it wish fulfills both genders, too. Because it's like, oh, everyone would love this adorable, cute, you know, cosplay GF that is, like, super sweet and wholesome, but, like, all the girls want that, like, sweet, wholesome, nice guy, like, just cosplay sewing BF that'll make you all of these top-tier, amazing cosplays and love you and bring you snacks and, like, it's just so good for all sides involved. It's so wonderful. And so here she is in all of her glory. It's a very, very cute show. Absolutely wonderful characters. It's nice to actually have shoujo with characters with personality in it. So here's my favorite character from one of the most controversial shows. It's Nanachi from Made in Abyss. She is absolutely wonderful. She's my daughter, and if anyone hurts her, they will be hearing from me and my lawyers after I have killed them. But no, I don't know. I think I like sad stuff is what it's coming down to, right? We've had several entries so far that are all just like, oh, I love them. They're so sad and tragic and just, oh, the death and destruction and their sadness speaks to me. And I'm like, maybe I'm just sad. I don't know. Or maybe it's just I resonate with that because I know what it's like to have been so sad before. But either way, I'm just, she deserves the world. And I really hope that she gets her own happy ending in this story of very rare happy endings. All right. Now this is a controversial take, but I think Naruto's Taku no Jutsu on Obito is probably one of the most well-written Taku no Jutsus in the history of fiction, let alone Naruto. Mostly, it's because Obito is Naruto. He's just the old generation's Naruto before the plot started. And everybody knows that there is no plot armor until the story starts. So he is Naruto if there was no plot armor. And then he gets faced by a future version of himself, what could have been. And sadly, this is also one of the ones that I first realized. I was like, oh shit, some of the letters don't really line up over the prominent features of the characters very well. So I guess his eyeballs will just be uncolored. Now this is my shit. My favorite show, probably of all time, like anime of all time, I mean, is Panty and Stalking. It's so, like, beautifully animated. It's gorgeous, homage to cartoons, very funny jokes, like comedy, animation, humor, sex. Like, it's got everything that I absolutely love all in one place, and it does it so stylishly that I can't stay away from it. I wanted to do my absolute best on this one to try and, like, really emulate the style and make it look like it could be from the show. And I think I did an absolutely fantastic job. I'm very proud of my Panty here. And, I just wish that the hair popped a little bit more, maybe if I had a darker red or something, but either way, I'm absolutely satisfied. Now, this is Queen Hilling from Ranking of Kings. If you've ever seen it, you probably like her. She's probably grown on you over time, like, yeah. But my super secret tech captain is that I've not actually watched Ranking of Kings, but I know for a fact I'm going to like her. So I just put her in here because I was like, this is my future proofing, right? Where it's like, come back and be like, oh, I wish I'd have drawn her back when I was doing this one thing. It's like, this is me future proofing it so that I could say, no, I did actually draw her when I did this thing. And for some reason, I'm not sure what it is about it, but something about the way this one was done and how clean it looks. This is one of my favorites of all of them, even if it's just simple. Robin, of course. We've already talked about how much I love One Piece, so it should be no surprise that my favorite Straw Hat also makes a feature here on this list. The cool, calm, collected, hilariously deadpan, dark humor Robin. God, she's so wonderful. And obviously, speaking again, sadness, melancholy, this seems to be my MO. But her backstory destroyed me. Her current story destroyed me when it happened. Like, phenomenal character, phenomenal writing. Oda's a genius. This character is just so good. She's another one that really deserves all the happiness in the world. My wife. We're back, just like the Panty. Panty and Stocking is my favorite show. I had to do both of them. I can't not do it. Especially after considering how well the Panty turned out. I have to do the Goth GF too. Like, I can't just not do it. What do you want from me? I'm a simple man, okay? I like goth women. I like hot women. I like women. So of course I'm going to, like, really want to work on this. And another little minor fun fact. This Stalking one is the only one that took me significantly a different amount of time than every other one. All of them took me around the same amount of time, and this one literally took twice as long as every single other one that I did, and I actually don't know why. Just for some reason. This one's a guilty pleasure of mine. I love me some Dragon Maid. It's just everyone is so cute, and all the lesbians are in love, and there's cute dragon maids, and honestly, this show might be part of the reason why I've realized I think I actually like maid outfits. They're very intricate and cool, and they're based on some history, and there's, like, the ruffles are fun to draw, so it's just, like, they're fun to design, draw, like, illustration, they're visually appealing, so, this show has inducted me into the church of maid outfits are cool, okay? And then also dragon monster women. I'm a big fan of inhuman characters, and especially if it's a hot babe who happens to just not be human. Alright, and then we've got the My Hero Academia pick. I had to pick at least one. Obviously, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know that a lot of where I started was My Hero stuff. I ended up falling out of, like, interacting with the fandom at least, just due to, you know, toxicity and general fan behavior. But I still love the show, and I still wanted to get some kind of reps, because it's also very important to me and my history. So, I had to pick one, and I was like, oh, well, actually, Uraraka, who is one of my favorite characters, I love her. Her name starts with a U, which is a hard letter to fill anyway. So, bing, bang, boom, here she is. She's the letter U. And it also works for her name Uravity as well, her hero name. But she's an absolutely wonderful character. If you're caught up on the manga, oh my god. If you're not, I won't say anything more. One of the classic characters of all time, Vegeta. He is kind of this, like, origin point for a lot of pop culture stuff. Like, the bad guy turned good. Like, technically Piccolo did it first, but Vegeta did it better. Because Vegeta didn't stop growing. Like, he didn't start being actually good for a long time. So he's absolutely great. I'm really glad that he is still kind of relevant today. It's very nice to, like, have something from your childhood that is just still huge. Back to Full Metal Alchemist, of course. Definitely because I very specifically wanted to draw Winry, and not at all because the letter W is hard to find characters for that I like. No, that's not the reason. It's because Winry's so cool. Although, I'm joking, but she is cool, and I am very happy that I got to draw her. I haven't actually drawn Winry before. Despite liking Fullmetal Alchemist so much, I just never really did fan art a lot before, like, very recently. So it's kind of new of me. I actually get to draw a lot of my favorite characters, and that was a big thing that this A to Z thing really let me do, and I'm very happy that I got the opportunity to do that. X for Mao Mao from Apothecary Diaries. You might be like, wait, X for Mao Mao? Shouldn't she be M? Listen here, okay? She gets called Xiaomao enough in the show as like a cute little nickname that I'm counting it, because what do you want me to do? Find some random X character that nobody likes, nobody cares, nobody's heard of? Or do you want me to draw one of the best characters of this entire, like, last season? She's so wonderful, worldly, smart, and, like, she's a very, very good character. She's kind of like a potion Batman, in a way. But, no, absolutely delightful show as well. Definitely not based on anything real, by the way. They make sure that very clear. My beautiful winner of my favorite harem anime, Yotsuba. Very, very cute. I'm so glad she won. I'm also glad it's one of the few harem shows where the main character is an actual character and not just a self-insert. So it's just really nice to have seen that. And then also for my particular choice, my girl, to have won the thing. That's my first time ever experiencing that. Because I always have like the weird or problematic picks, as you've probably seen. From this entire challenge, I'm like, oh, I want to draw this one because they're my favorite. I want to draw this. I want to draw that. I want to draw this. Most of them are not the popular picks. If I wanted more views or to chase the rabbit, I would simply draw those characters. But I draw what I want because I love them. Now, you may think, oh, well, he just talked about not chasing the rabbit and not drawing popular characters just because, you know, blah, blah, blah. I want you to know, I actually genuinely do love 02, and I love Darling in the Franxx, ending included. I'm a fan of Trigger, and I don't care that they do this every time. They just release the same show every couple years, but I'm here to eat it the hell up every single time. I love it. I love the characters they make. I love the stories they tell, the emotions you feel, the animation. I just absolutely love it. And Darling in the Franxx is no exception. I don't care that she became a giant spaceship and they all flew up and attacked the aliens. Listen, it's a weird show. If you've never seen it, don't worry about it. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. Thank you for sticking with me through this journey. Make sure to have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.